kids say absolutely ridiculous stuff, we'll be back. So don't zap ya.
Oh.
Good evening, Mother.
Oh, hello, my little Pepula.
Mother, I'm very excited about a party I'd like to attend, with your permission, of course.
Oh, well, I'm not opposed to a good old-fashioned shindig. When is it?
I'm sorry for the short notice, but it's actually tonight.
Oh, well, where is it?
On the football field behind the rusted-out tackle dummies.
Oh, well, it's 9 o'clock. When does this party start?
Later?
Peppy, no. You're too young to be staying out so late.
Mom! Nikki's parents and Milo's parents are letting them go?
Well, Pepper Ann's parent says no. That is that, young lady.
Welcome back. Now, I'd like you to
Mom,
meet a little
I hope you know you're flushing my life down the toilet. This is so unfair.
Life is unfair sometimes, Peppy. Ask Amelia Earhart!
All right, let's go. We're late.
Milo, we have hours.
Including the casual dinner at Greasy and Cheesy? The pre-party crunch pod tourney?
After the pod tourney, I kind of have to come back here for a while.
This wasn't discussed. How long do you have to be back for?
Till my mom falls asleep and I can sneak out.
I swallowed my gum.
Pepper Ann, no, don't sneak out.
Nikki, this is the springtime late-night flashback jam. The only jam of the year where the 7th, 8th, and 9th graders come together and hobnob as equals.
Pepper Ann, I beseech you, talk to your mother.
Nikki, the time for talk is over. Now is the time for action. I have to go. And when Craig sang an acoustic version of Hey You, well, that rocked. It was so worth sneaking out, Nikki. It was easily the best time I've had in my entire life.
Era maravilloso. I mean, it was wonderful, but I could have used some more sleep. I dozed off during my Italian exercises, and now I'm having difficultà thinking in Inglese.
PA, check the new ish.
Within a nutshell, the ziniest zine you've ever seen. You printed it on paper this time.
Cardboard and the wet wipes kept jamming the printer.
Guys, the ladies within the nutshell rocked. It rocked so hard.
Well, we made a concerted effort to rock. Rocking was foremost in our minds.
You guys inspired me. This is the first thing I've ever written that hasn't been for school. I call it Why Detention is So Lame.
I have to tweak the mimeo.
PA, this... Well, it's...
Did you read the part where I outlined why detention is so lame? I worked so hard on that.
PA, it shouldn't have been work. We're not looking for work. We're looking for stuff that's emotionally honest. Stuff that's real. Stuff that's...
Within the shell.
less central nervous. More cardiopulmonary. We're looking for stuff that's emotionally honest.
Within the shell.
Why homework stinks. It just stinks. I hate it. I really hate. Have you ever felt like you were just waiting for that moment when you change? When you become that person you want to be? When you're not just a goofy 7th grader, but the real you all the time, without even thinking about it? I thought if I went to the springtime late-night flashback jam, I'd have a moment like that. I felt bad about sneaking out, but I had to go to that party. Then I had one of those thoughts that just by thinking it wrecks everything. If I messed up at the jam, I would never recover. I'd be like the Peter Pan of dorkiness. So there I was, standing right in the middle of the biggest, raddest party I've ever been to. And all I could do was stand there because I was too afraid to say or do something stupid. Everyone was having a good time. Everyone was being themselves. All I was being was another goofy 7th grader locked to the punch bowl waiting to go home. I guess I'm still waiting. Waiting for the day, the moment, when I'll finally become the real me.
Stuart, stop the presses. PA kicked it cardiopulmonary.
Milo, I just finished. Can't she kick it next issue?
I'll get the recycling bin, buddy. You start reloading the type.
Yes! Pepper Ann, your heart, your sensitives, I relate, fully nuclear.
Hush, the 8th grader that never speaks. Speaking.
We understand why you were at the punch bowl, and we are really sorry if we made you feel uncomfortable.
We know all too well how you felt, and now we see what indeed was up with that. We love you, Pepper Ann. Pepper Ann, although I still disapprove of your defying your mother, I have to say, your emotional honesty, your lack of misspellings, I am so proud of you.
Where did you get that?
Never you mind where I got it. You deliberately disobeyed me and snuck out in the middle of the night. But what if something terrible had happened? I had no idea where you were. A goalpost could have fallen on you. You could have gotten tetanus from those rusty tackle dummies. But take your butts up to your room this instant. You are grounded for 2 months.
Mom!
No!
You just don't understand.
Go to your room! Peppy? Take this back up to the attic where you got it.
Property of Lydia Lilly. No peekies.
March 28, 1968. Dear Diary, I wish I wasn't so weird. Ugh. Why can't I just stop thinking sometimes? I was at my locker today, and John Meminger and his friends were walking by. Before I knew it, they invited me, 7th grade square me, with 8th grade groovy them to the late-night neon carpetbaggers hootenanny. I broke Mom and Dad's trust like a dime store piggy bank and snuck out. It felt like I didn't even have a choice. But when I got there, I froze. I was with the keenest kids in school, watching my favorite group, and I couldn't move. What if I goofed up or said something stupid or knocked over my cola bomb? Then, when I saw everyone grooving, I froze even more because no one felt like me. No one was weird like me. No one was alone like me. Well, gotta go. Mom's calling. Yours truly, Lydia Lilly. P.S. Keep on truckin'.
Hey, wait a minute. Mom, I
hadn't read the whole article until now. Oh, Peppy, even though it doesn't always seem like it, I do understand.
Oh, do you?
We've been butting heads so much lately, but the thing is, we're not so different. I even snuck out once when I was your age. And I got caught. Janie saw me and tattled like the baby sheep. Anywho, I got grounded for 2 months. It was definitely tough, but it wasn't unfair. But it was unfair that I didn't hear you out. Maybe you weren't too young to go. I should have talked to you instead of saying no right off the bat. But you have to give me a little more notice, okay?
Okay. I'm sorry, Mom. I shouldn't have broken your trust like that. It was a stupid thing to do.
Oh, you're my little Pepula.
Mom, I'll always be your little Pepula. Just not around my friends or within a mile of school.
Oh, honey. Go to your room.
No TV, no blading, no hanging with friends. I'm grounded. And you know what? I deserve it because I broke my mom's trust. Sure, she sometimes does things that make me want to run out of the room screaming. But when it comes down to it, we're really not so different. And when we talk about things, well, we can work anything out. The thing is, not only is she always there for me, but she's been there too. So, I'll say it. I love my mommy. So, what'd you think?
Let me put it this way. If I wanted mainstream propaganda, I'd read Hazelnuts and Bolts.
Oh, Pepper Ann, it was twice as touching, 3 times as tender.
But alas, I think this kind of emotional openness is too truthful for the masses. They're just not ready yet. I love it. The only good zine is a barely read zine. With a circulation plunge like this, Within the Nutshell will become stuff of HMS legend.
Great. Glad to help.
Kids say absolutely ridiculous stuff. We'll be back. so don't zap ya.
Hi, Mom.
Peppy, I read your new article and I'm so proud you're my daughter.
So, am I still grounded?
Oh, honey, of course you are. Here, I made you this scrapbook. I need to collect myself tissues.